So today is day 0 after my breakup, and it has been it's been a difficult day. Okay, I'm not gonna lie about that, but I have been just like reflecting a lot. Like, I have been thinking a lot about our relationship, about the things that we went through and everything. And I'm gonna tell you something. The thing that has been like triggering me the most today, it is the fact that he broke up with me via text. Which, look, there is so much behind a person breaking up with you via text message. There's obviously a huge topic of avoidance. Like, I don't want to face this, I don't want to deal with this, I don't want to deal with you, I have nothing else to say, I'm just going to break up over text. But that specific behavior, it's really hurtful, because you start wondering about, like, but what do you mean just like that? Like, what happened to having a conversation and whatnot? But at the same time, I understand not everyone is ready to dialogue, and that is completely fine. So I have been just kind of like making peace with that fact. But at the same time, something that I have been really happy about, or reflecting on a positive note, it is like, throughout my entire relationship, my romantic relationship with this person, because we were friends before as well, best friends for a long time, it is the fact that, like, my work and myself were a priority. Like, I was my own priority, even though I was in a relationship. My projects, my business, my job was my number one priority, because at the end of the day, I would think, like, look, sometimes we have problems. If something happens the day after tomorrow, I cannot, like, afford, to not have something happening with my own life. And I am so happy that that was, like, my goal as well on that relationship, because the way that I just, like, kept on working with me while I was with a partner, it's something that I admire so much for myself nowadays, because I never thought I was capable of doing that 5 years ago. Like, if I was in a relationship before, I used to be desperate over my man, and I would forget about everything to make that person happy. When in my last relationship, because I was thankfully single for a really long time, I was able to start being okay with who I am, my personality, my life, and that really made me, like, feel super empowered when I was in a relationship. I wasn't coming from desperation like I used to. I was coming from self-love, and I was ready to share that love and companionship with another person. So I have been feeling just really proud of myself, even though I'm so sad. But, like, I have been practicing to feel really proud of myself, because that's a really healthy trait. Like, that's a great pattern where you are able to always have something happening for yourself, keep on working for yourself, loving yourself, even though you're in a relationship. Like, I didn't abandon myself, and I am so happy about that. And yeah, like, look, it's been a difficult day, but I am going to the gym. It's 7 p.m. But I said, like, you know what, I am going to allow myself to feel the things that I'm feeling. But at the same time, I am not going to allow myself to be really sad. Not like to not be sad, it's just like I don't want to let myself to get overcome by my mind and my emotions, because I still have so many beautiful things happening in my life. And just because I'm going through this crisis, it doesn't mean there are not good things happening, and I want to focus on those. But at the same time, I don't want to bury, my feelings. I want to continue feeling the things that I'm feeling, but also being a little bit, like, strict with myself, that I still need to keep going. And I have been also reflecting on the fact, like, if I think of my life, 5 years ago, I used to think, like, I really wanted to be with that person. I really wanted to be with that man. I really wanted it to work. And obviously now, let's say 5 years later, I am so happy and grateful that it didn't work out with those people, because I was able to work on myself, and I saw why that person wasn't beneficial for me, the type of person that they were, the type of person that I was supposed to be now 5 years later, right? So in my current breakup, which is happening now, I can also acquire the same mindset. Like, even though I want to be with this person right now, or even though I love this person so much, it doesn't mean that they're beneficial for me in the long term. And maybe in another 5 years, I'm going to be so grateful about the fact that it didn't work with that person. So why would I let myself just being like super let down and to feel super sad and just like depressed, when in reality, it's all about perspective. I am thinking like, imagine what's coming, imagine what's next, because I really thought this person was my soulmate. So just imagine like the beautiful thing that's next when I allow myself to let go of something that I love that is not beneficial for me anymore. So that's kind of my reflection for today. And honestly, if you're watching my YouTube, I love you so much, because not many people are watching my videos, and honestly, that's okay. But if you're here, either you're extremely nosy, or you really just want to know a little bit more about me, and you really connect with the things that I say and I talk about. And I have been feeling just super inspired about just like posting stuff. So thank you so much for being part of this community. Honestly, I love you so much. Now I'm gonna go to the gym, and yeah, see you next time.